And Coulter's a conservative columnist and commentator. Dana Milbank's an opinion writer with the Washington Post. You know, and this is an amazing night because I think it's a battle of what kind of personality do you like or like least. I mean, Trump certainly is big time. He's bombastic. He's over the top. He's got an ego. And then I see this guy, Cruz, trying to match him. I don't think he's in the same league myself. Your thoughts about the whole theater? I want you on for the theater because you know theater. What is going to happen here tomorrow night? Will he or won't he show up? Donald Trump.
I hope he doesn't. I mean, he's established himself as the real alpha dog here, as if he hasn't already. And look, I like a lot of things about Ted Cruz, but one of his Achilles' heels is he does not have a sense of humor. And I think the joke about Donald Trump being afraid of Megyn Kelly, you know, it just doesn't work. Nobody thinks Donald Trump is afraid of anything. And, I mean, as you just, and thank you for telling the story properly, it wasn't over Megyn Kelly. It was over that snippy, smart alecky press release. And I would ask you to imagine, what if NBC had released such a press release to a Republican candidate before a debate? It really is. It really is kind of shocking, and I think Trump is shaking up the way people look at Fox News as maybe not always our network.
Why do you think Roger Ailes, who had to sign off, I assume, on any PR that went out, it was sarcastic as hell. It made fun of Trump. It made fun of him, made the front-running candidate for the Republican nomination for president. It made him into sort of a little chicken. And why, just last question, because I want to ask Dana a little bit here. Why would Roger Ailes start a fight that could cost him, God, 15, 20 million people tomorrow night watching?
No, that's right. And that's why Trump has established himself as the alpha dog. Well, I suppose because Fox News, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if Ailes even saw it. But monopolies can get arrogant. And there does seem to be a little bit of arrogance here. I'll also say that I mean, it's not just that it's smart alecky and how it treats Trump. It's really insulting to voters. Look, Trump didn't like a question going back to his days as a reality TV host when, meanwhile, and I actually liked that question, by the way. I have no complaint with Megyn Kelly. It's my one disagreement with Donald Trump. I like the question. The unfairness was that none of the other candidates were asked tough questions. Why are you asking about what Trump said as a reality TV host and not about how he's going to help wounded veterans, how he's going to get people back to work, how he's going to deport illegal aliens? Those are the questions I think viewers and voters want to hear answers to, not this silliness about things he said in fun and to be funny.
You know, Dana, I was trying to think Trump. I mean, trying to think Trump is funny in itself. Was he thinking, okay, if I go into that thing tomorrow, everybody's shooting at me, including Megyn and all the reporters there, Chris Wallace, everybody's going to be after me. One of the things they'll go after is that ridiculous comment he made 3 or 4 days ago, which was, if I shot somebody on Fifth Avenue, well, first of all, it was metaphorical, hyperbolic, or whatever, because if he shot anybody, he'd go right to jail on the spot. So the idea, the bail would be set rather high. He'd have to turn over his passport, all kinds of bad things would happen. But why? I would think that might be the first thing somebody might say. Why would you talk like that if you're running for president of the United States?
Look, I think Donald Trump is atrocious for all kinds of reasons, but he's a brilliant showman. And you know what? It doesn't matter if he shows up tomorrow. He won this thing already. Because look, it's the only thing everybody's talking about today.
I know.
It's the only thing
everybody's going to be talking about tomorrow. They'll talk about him.
Well, they're going to be doing split screen with his event over there where he's out there speaking during the debate.
With wounded veterans.
Of course, and saying whatever he wants without the interference of these terribly mean moderators from Fox News.
You know, and you probably know Washington enough to know that if you're not in the room at the party, at the dinner party, you're guaranteed to be talked about. And so, I mean, I would think that Trump, they're all going to, the moderators, the other candidates are going to take shot after shot at him in their so-called, and you know, you're so right about Cruz not having a sense of humor. In his unfunny way, will be making these, you know, these pretty broad humored attempt to try to put him down.
Well, none of them have Trump's ability to just have the one-punch knockout. What works about Trump's attacks on his opponents, low energy. They called Ben Carson to say he was ahead in the polls, but he was sleeping. He has one-punch knockouts because there's a grain of truth to it. What these guys don't understand is go after him because he won't be there to punch back. But none of their attacks really work. It doesn't work to call the alpha dog scared of a girl. It just doesn't work.
By the way, gender's tricky, but I get the feeling, I would have said when people took on Leslie Stahl years ago, or Natalie up in I forget her last name, Natalie up in Boston, if you wanted to die politically, take on a woman broadcaster. I think that's changed. I think there's a sort of a different kind of equality now, and you have to answer this, a different kind of equality. He's going to war with Megyn Kelly. I'm not sure that's a no-no anymore. I think you can go to war, man against woman, in politics now. What do you think?
Well,
or is this
certainly Trump thinks so.
Tell me if I'm wrong.
He is completely equal opportunity. When he was going after Ben Carson for something, I think it was his chronic bad temper.
Yeah.
Or the epidemic bad temper. Someone was asking me about it, and I said, well, that's great. It shows that Trump is the one person in America that actually doesn't discriminate on the basis of race, and he doesn't discriminate on the basis of gender.
Okay, will he show up or not? Your thoughts, Ann, and then Dana.
I hope not. I mean, normally these debates get 20 million viewers, and that's all because of Trump. If he doesn't show up, I mean, they'll get 20 million for the first 10 minutes. Then people will realize, wait, where's Trump? And it'll go down to 7 million.
I hope he does, because otherwise I have no interest in watching it. I don't think most of America won't.
One move might be to show up for 5 minutes and then leave. Anyway, thank you, Ann Coulter. Please come back. You're on your good behavior around here. We don't know how to handle this, but we like it. Anyway, from our point of view, as long as you're not shooting at us. Dana Milbank, thank you, sir.